Moving on to Sanda. Sanda, episode 1. It starts off with our main character being straddled by a girl, thinking girls' butts are colder than he imagined, as she's trying to stab him. He dodges and is like, damn, this is crazy. You're freaking me out. And he's like, just before this, we came to school early like we agreed, and we cleaned the window tracks, just the two of us, as class representatives. And Fuyumura tries to close the window, but it still sticks. And then she tries to stab him again. I'd probably say it's warping of the frame of the window over time as hot and cold cycles happen. So I don't know how much cleaning you would have to do. Probably not enough to make sure that that window is straight. But it's okay. You kids keep cleaning.
Yeah, Pinky brings up a good point. She says, it's kind of hot, but you scaring the fuck out of me. And also, I'm the one that's supposed to be doing the stabbing. I have the wiener.
Nice. Yeah, mine just kind of drags me into the shower and then dresses me after.
I don't think it drags you so much as you like whip it around your head and then you got to throw it to like the doorknob and then you got to pull yourself up and then you got to like unlatch it from the doorknob, get your like sea legs under you and you're like, all right, I can walk on land again. And then you throw it down the hallway, latch it onto another doorknob and pull yourself all the way to the bathroom. So your upper body strength is really fucking airtight, Greg.
Yeah, I must have missed every leg day in my entire life.
Penis elasticity on 10, dude. Fucking
Damn.
Killing it. It's not a okay, first of all, it's not a huge dick, it's a long dick. There's a major difference. Because if it was too girthy, it wouldn't be able to latch on to the doorknob. So it's a pool noodle?
Pool noodle's pretty thick. Maybe like a spaghetti, maybe like a really long spaghetti pasta. Like a single noodle.
I mean, a pool noodle couldn't grab onto a doorknob. Maybe it's
Well, no, I mean, a pool noodle probably could if it used the opening and then grabbed the doorknob.
Okay,
yeah.
First of all, this is getting disgusting. But you're saying you would, like, latch onto it with your penis hole? Like you're fucking sounding over here, dude? What the fuck is going on?
Sanda had a dream. He had dreams of being straddled by a girl or being chased by one, but not like this. And then trips and Fuyumura goes for the stab. But another student walks in and they play it cool. And Fuyumura says before class is out, she's going to kill Sanda. Class goes through business as usual. And Sanda is like, wait a minute. Does this mean Fuyumura likes me? And he thinks that they've been class reps for 8 months and hasn't seen her expression change once. But she's still a girl, and being awkward has to be the same for guys and girls going through puberty. He has a flashback to her saying she's going to kill him, and he's like, well, if I translate that, computing, into puberty language, that means she's going to confess her love. That's gotta be it. And Sanda thinks that this might be the greatest day of his 14 years on Earth. It's gym time now, and Sanda's friend, Mogi, is like, dude, you're an idiot. She's trying to kill you. Let's go tell the teacher. But Sanda is like, nah, man. She's just shy.
Yeah, she's just really into me, man. You wouldn't know about it. I touched her butt earlier.
It was really cold, yeah. I don't want to mess this up for her. And he's like, man, Fuyumura is all messed up mentally after Ono died. Sanda is like, oh, were they friends? And it's only been a week since they declared it, and that's more reason why he's got to keep carrying on for her. And they walk out of class, and Fuyumura is hiding in the shadows. The kids are running, and Sanda is like, damn, dude, it's cold. And August is cold, but December is hella cold. And Mogi says that he heard that this was normal weather back in the day, and it's no surprise that Christmas isn't a thing anymore. Sanda is like, what's Christmas? And Mogi says today, December 25th. An old dude named Santa Claus gave presents to kids. And Sanda is like, oh, is that so? That sounds creepy as hell.
So, without getting too dark, I often forget holidays around this time of year. Thanksgiving rolled up, and everyone's like, we're going to Friendsgiving. And I was like, oh shit, Thanksgiving's like in like 2 days. Oh fuck. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving since it was like a week ago. Christmas was coming up as I'm watching this episode and I'm like, I have to get so many presents. And I was like, wait a second, I don't have to get nothing. I'm a grown ass man.
I do feel like as the years pass, as time continues forward,
marches ever presently to our ultimate present of piecing out.
I'm not like excited anymore. I feel like it does creep up on me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't really like pay attention to it as much anymore. But I remember when I was a kid, like I couldn't wait, right? Like Halloween,
Oh, dude.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, even like Valentine's Day, where you make the fucking paper thing you put over the front of your desk and then people drop a card in it with candy in it.
Nobody drops a card in mine, Greg.
You're like Ralph in The Simpsons and
Oh,
Lisa drops a card
100%.
in your thing and it's like, I choose you.
Yeah, 100%. It's so we are so old again, but like these holidays, I don't think about them because I wasn't really into holidays before, but New Year's was always my favorite holiday because I love the idea of starting anew. We have a new year. You could be better next year. Like that kind of thought process. So I always loved New Year's. And also, I've had a couple like really, really fun New Year's experiences. This year, I'm actually kind of excited, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? I need to get like a little tree. I should embrace the holidays a little bit more and get into decorating. A friend of mine I was on the phone with yesterday was like, you should focus on the things right in front of you. I was like, what, is Christmas not right in front of me? And she was like, you should clean your house. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, you right, dog. You right. So that was just that aspect of it was very funny to me.
Obviously, the stereotypical New Year's thing is like, make a New Year's resolution, new year, new me. Like, woo.
Yeah.
I always hated that because I'm like, why do you have to wait for the new year to do something that you want?
1,000% agree, Greg. But making small goals for yourself is not bad, okay?
No, but normally New Year's is where you make a gigantic goal that you never follow through with.
Making goals for yourself isn't bad, Greg, but you shouldn't have to wait for New Year's to do it. Yesterday, I was like, I'm going to do a bunch of sit-ups and like get the six-pack back. I'm a get in there. I'm going to get to that gym. I'm going to be buff by next Christmas. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, my back hurts so fucking bad, dude. Oh my God, I'm so old. And then I had to fucking lasso my penis over to the door to try and get up. And I was like, dude, I can't even make it that far. Like the penis fell on the ground and it just like slumped over and it was like sad. And I was like, I'll just get up using my stupid fucking legs. And then I sat down in this computer chair, and here we are. This is how my day went. This was the start, and this is how it's going to go.
Yeah,
So-
you were laying in bed and you were trying to like lasso. But instead, it was just like leaving little thumbtack marks in the drywall that you don't even need to fill because they're so small.
Yeah.
Yeah, so after you leave the condo, like no one will even notice that you had those in there. They're like, did you just hang like 100 pictures? I don't get it.
I was just hanging a bunch of really small pictures, like those little Polaroids that you had to like shake out. Like,
Yeah, like
Really?
right next to each other. This guy's aim is terrible.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Yeah. And it was just me trying to get up in the morning with my needle penis. Dude, this episode, we always go off the rails because this is who we are inside, Greg. Like you guys, I mean, you get to see it on the show. This is exactly how our conversations go in real life. 100%. We're either like this needle dick for the whole conversation, or it's like a super serious discussion about like the toxic masculinity and the government. There is no in between.
Well, speaking of needle dick, Mogi is like, Sanda, do you want to put your red track jacket on? And he's like, nah, man, I'm good. The cold doesn't bother me. But then it's starting to snow, and Sanda collapses in front of Fuyumura. And he's like, damn, my chest. And Mogi offers his jacket, but he's like, no, get that shit away from me. Fuyumura approaches, and Sanda is like, man, my heart is swelling. And he's like, damn, this must mean I'm destined to be with Fuyumura.
As this goes on, by the way, it gets way more awkward.
Does it? It's pretty normal.
I mean,
Cuts to Sanda and Fuyumura in class, and he thinks to himself he's ready for whatever Fuyumura has for him. Fuyumura is like, hey, can you give me your eraser? And he's like, oh, sure. Did you forget yours? I got you, girl. And it has scenes of red items through the school. And Fuyumura is like, why are you being nice to me after this morning? Is it because you're a descendant of Santa Claus? She says he refuses to wear his red jacket and asks him if he's scared of people finding out his secret identity. And he's like, nah, what you talking about? He gives her the eraser, and he has heart pains again. And she says just about all the conditions to break the curse have now been met. These conditions are ignoring any danger to yourself, showing affection to a child on a snowy December 25th day, and giving a child something she asked for. She said she's close enough to a child for it to count, and she says sometimes people have heart palpitations when their latent abilities are about to awaken. And so many conditions have to be met for it to happen, so people just write it off as poor health. Man, I must be turning into Santa Claus if that's the case.
Yeah, me too. Same. Except not the ripped Santa Claus.
Yeah, the one that doesn't exist anymore. That's the one I'm turning.
Yeah, the chubby one with the chubby cheeks. That's me. You can see him right here.
Damn. She says there's one more condition left to break the curse, and that's to wear something red. And she whips out a red track jacket. I could have made a segue there, but I already used it up. Sanda is like, man, what you talking about, girl? I don't know shit about Santa Claus. And he says everything he did for Fuyumura was because he had a thing for her. She's like, nah, everything you do is motivated by the instincts of Santa Claus. And then she tries to put the jacket on him, but he dodges. Sanda is like, man, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. And she's like, sure, after you put on this jacket. And he's like, no, I hate the color red. And she tries a few more times to put the jacket on him, but he dodges. Sanda is like, man, what's with you and Santa Claus? And she's like, well, I have no choice. Gotta follow through with my plan earlier. And she brandishes her knife and strikes Sanda in the heart and says he's gonna wear something red whether he likes it or not.
Okay, lady, first of all, you didn't need to stab him directly in the heart.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't need to stab directly in the heart. You could have gone for like the side where he might have lived. It would just have been really painful. Not directly in the heart, but whatever. She's got really good stabbing technique, though, as you can see here in this screenshot.
Yeah, she's using the traditional grip, not ice pick grip. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, 100%. Effective.
Sanda is bleeding as the other kids are outside enjoying the snow. And Fuyumura says that Ono didn't die. She vanished. And they wrote her off as dead after not finding her for 6 months. And she said she was always reading, so there's no way she could have died outside. It flashes back to Ono and Fuyumura, and Ono says Fuyumura is a sick name because back in the day, there were 4 seasons and her skin is snow white. And her last name means Winter Village. And she has a lot of expressions just like the variety of seasons. And hanging out with her lets Ono enjoy all the seasons. And then she gives her a Christmas present. So we can see here, obviously, in this world that they live in, there's some sort of issue happening that there are no longer seasons, or the seasons are very short.
This is the prequel to Touring After the Apocalypse.
Yeah. No, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So, no seasons, nuclear winter happening outside, Santa doesn't exist, the kids have never known Santa, Merry Christmas.
That's like such a nice thing to say to somebody else. I don't think anyone has ever said that to me before, that
Merry Christmas?
No. Being with me is like experiencing all of the seasons.
If someone said that, I'd be like, are you trying to fuck right now? Like, because like, that's, yeah. What's up? What's up, girl?
Damn.
Or guy, whatever. I don't mean, if you say that to me, you getting laid out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I like how the girls are portrayed as like, oh, your name is so beautiful and your skin is beautiful and you make me feel like experiencing all the seasons. And then guys are like, you got needle dick, you poke holes in the wall and you don't even got to fill them with spackle because they're so small.
Oh, yeah. Being a dude in the world is hilarious.
Yeah. All right. Fuyumura is like, you're the only one holding on to that old tradition and I didn't get you anything. And Ono is like, let's spend next Christmas together and we can say Merry Christmas and exchange presents.
Merry Chrysler.
Cuts back to the present and Fuyumura is like, Ono either got abducted or ... Oh shit, Sanda, are you fucking dead? You need to turn into Santa Claus. And Santa Claus did shit for the kids. And I need that unstoppable power right now to find Ono. And if you die, then that means I won't be able to keep my promise to Ono to spend Christmas with her as she's shaking Sanda's lifeless body. Fuyumura says she misses Ono and then says Merry Christmas. And then the room explodes.
Way to fucking go, kiddo. Like, you fucking nailed it. And way to hit the Merry Christmas, you asshole. She's like, well, I'm going to jail.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. But then the room explodes and the knife flies out of Sanda's body and he starts yelling, ho, 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 and turns into ripped-ass Santa Claus in the buff. Santa says he thought the Sanda family curse would be locked away with him, and then asks Fuyumura how she knew, and also how she knew how to break the curse. And then is like, damn, you stabbed me good. Fuyumura is like, it'll heal because a bond between a child that believes in Santa is unbreakable. And Fuyumura is like, holy shit, you're really Santa Claus. Santa thinks, damn. For being 14, Fuyumura is like 182 centimeters tall. And does standing above her really makes her look like a kid. And Fuyumura says she needs his help to find Ono.
Mind you, she's 14 and like the height of an average person. So that's why he says that. And so, because he is now like gigantic instead of being a tiny little guy.
I mean, she's basically 6 feet tall, which is pretty tall.
Yeah, she's very tall. And you can see it in comparison to like all the other characters she's hanging out with. She's like hunched over like a gremlin person. You'll see later in the screenshots when she's trying to eat ice cream. It's ridiculous.
Santa is like, maybe it's just instincts or common sense, but man, I really want to help this kid and put a smile on her face. And all kids should smile. And then Santa says he promises to find her. Santa's in the bathroom and he's like, man, what the hell? And pulls out some jelly beans from his underwear and is like, why can't I see up close? I'm old as fuck. And my voice is deep as shit. Fuyumura is like, man, how long are you going to hide in the bathroom? And everyone is freaking out that the classroom exploded. Santa gets up and looks in the mirror and is like, oh shit, dude, I used to be so cute. This is bad. And I'm a 14-year-old stuck in a giant-ass ripped Santa body. And what if I'm like this forever? And Fuyumura is like, you'll turn back, but you gotta keep your promise. And he's like, nah, man, my childish good looks come first. And they argue, and then Santa... It's like, I feel like when he's in ripped Santa form, I want to call him Santa. But when he's in kid form, I want to call him Sanda.
Yeah, that's fine. I think we'll all know what you're saying.
And then Santa eats some jelly beans and then turns back to normal.
Mm-hmm. Turns back into Sanda. And he's like, wow, that was crazy. What an experience that was, guys. Anyone else see that? That was crazy.
Class has moved to the science lab after the classroom fucking exploded, and they're supposed to talk to the person next to them about their wishes. And Sanda tells Fuyumura that he doesn't know how much help he'll be finding Ono, and he has no idea what he's capable of as Santa, and he doesn't know if he can change into him again. Fuyumura is like, don't worry, I got you. I planted a bomb in the class, and it'll go off after an hour, so use your powers to find the bomb. Sanda is like, what the fuck? Why the hell would you do that? And she says it's to find out the powers of Santa Claus. And Sanda is like, damn. Well, I know she doesn't bluff because she stabbed the shit out of me. Sanda is like, hey, everyone, there's a bomb in the classroom. We should get out. And everyone is like, Sanda, you're interrupting class. And another kid is like, I didn't study for the test either, man. Let's blow up together.
Yeah, don't worry about it, kiddo. Because if this was a class in America, this would immediately be DEFCON fucking 5.
Sanda is like, damn, shouldn't have opened with that. Then he tells the teacher he spilled thumbtacks in the room and if he can check. And she is like, well, we're in class, but okay, as he uses his cute, boyish charm. I was going to make another dick joke with the thumbtacks, but I skipped it because we made so many.
Yeah,
he's like,
okay.
Man, this is dumb. And why is today's writing about what you wish for? And I'm Santa Claus. Sanda is like, well, can't go back to being normal. What would Santa Claus do right now? Then he grabs a red jacket and turns into Santa and then takes Fuyumura hostage. And everyone is like, what the fuck? And he's like, man, I'm a thief. No, I'm a robber. Wait a minute. I'm a terrorist. Give me 10 billion yen for her life and get out of the classroom. And this just reminds me of like Austin Powers, where he's like, $1 million. And then they just laugh. They're like, that little?
You $1 billion. Like, oh shit, dude, he's serious.
The teacher and the kids leave the room, and the teacher is like, That guy's an idiot, so I'm sure everything's going to be fine. But kids go to the shelter, but one of the kids stays back and watches through the window. Fuyumura is like, damn, well, that was crazy. And then reveals she had the bomb attached to her the whole time with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left on the clock. And she's like, how did you know the bomb was on me? Sanda is like, I heard writing from all the desks except yours. And a kid that doesn't know what they want would make Santa worried. Fuyumura is like, I can't write what I want because of fear of losing someone outweighs the joys when you're with them. But Santa says the joy of you being reunited will be greater than the fear. But then Sanda is like, wait, did you deactivate the bomb? And then the bomb explodes.
Also, his face for, wait a minute, did you deactivate the bomb? And she's like, no, but also, boom! And then they explode. It's great.
Fuyumura was sheltered by rubble as Sanda took the blast head on. And Fuyumura is like, I know now 3 of Santa's abilities. He can turn when he wears something red. He turns back when he eats Bratty Bean's jelly bean. And 3rd, he's fucking immune to fire. And then it cuts to the kid that was looking from the window, and he smiles.
This is about to be Fire Force, the anime, but somehow weirder. But not in a Gooner way like Fire Force is.
Never watched Fire Force, so I don't know if it's Gooner or not.
Super good, and then it goons out of nowhere all the time.
Does it coom?
No cooming.
Okay, just gooning.
0 cooming.
Okay.
I mean, we just had November, so you're allowed to coom again, but no, Fire Force does not.
Okay, makes sense. Fun show. I think it's fitting too, going into the winter season, rolling up on the Christmas that you and I forget to celebrate because we're old.
Yeah, you got some stuff going on, so you'll probably celebrate a little bit of Christmas. I'll be here playing video games. Anyways, I thought it was cool. I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly. Like I said, so far, all of the anime this season, I have enjoyed. I really like Gacha Yakuta, though, speaking of. But you know what I also really like?
Gooning.
A nice full cup of Gamer Subs is what I like.
Nice.
Gamer Subs. Get your wonderful Sanda's Blood flavors at gamersubs.gg and use code DJ Montague for 10% off your order at checkout. I know we're at the end of Sanda, but I did want to say with JJK starting back up, I've read through all of the manga. The anime, like, coming back, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, these characters are awesome, and I'm really excited to see them animated and all this stuff. And I forget a lot of the fights that happen in season 3 and beyond of JJK. And when I get reminded, it's like Christmas for me, of like all of the cool shit we're gonna get to watch for JJK going forward. I'm so fucking excited.